back, my beautiful people. I missed you guys during the break, and I'm so impatient. I sit over here and I watch this clock ticking, and I'm thinking, please go faster. And then when I get a chance to connect with you, I'm thinking, please, can we slow down time? Because I just love having all of you on our show. Welcome. If you're listening to us for the first time, welcome. A hearty, beautiful, amazing welcome to this incredible platform. And if you're a returning listener, welcome back, because I think it takes beautiful, amazing people like you building us and helping us to add value to you. So thank you. We're extremely grateful for having you on this platform. We're in over 141 countries right now, 24/7, with over 40 amazing, incredible, talented hosts. And I cannot tell you, I listen to a lot of these shows and I'm blown away. Now, as an entrepreneur and a business owner myself for over 23 years, there's always something to be learned. When you think about it, business is evolving constantly. Everything from technology, 4IR, and automation to diversity and inclusion to all of the nuances within a company that takes strategic planning to another level. It's insightful, it's incredible, it is fascinating. I love business because there's so much that we can do, so many areas we can delve into. And you know what? The universe is unlimited in our ability to grow, to expand, and to succeed. So welcome to IBGR.network. I'm Arthie Moore, your host for today, and I'm talking into a really, really incredible part of business. And that is, how do you build cohesive teamwork? And that is by creating a powerful platform of engagement, empowerment, and encouragement. Those are three E's actually: engagement, empowerment, and encouragement. That is so awesome and cool, right? I love all of threes. Everything awesome comes in threes. So what do we need to do? Now, I know that earlier we spoke into many areas, and I spoke into some examples of what you need to think about and be aware of. Okay, so now let's see what you can do as a reality right now that is within your sphere of influence. And the more I think about it, as I thought into all of the team building and conflict resolution trainings I've done and diversity and inclusion programs that I've done, I've realized that EQ training to realign your teams to understand themselves first and then how they can adjust to the other team members is really important. Now, EQ meaning emotional intelligence. Now, I know, and this is the funny part, we always say that common sense should be common, but it's not. There are a lot of people that we will interact with in our lifetime, whether it's friends, families, colleagues, business owners, or even other, other clients. And you look at them and you think, man, I just wish you understood that common sense is not a gift from it's not a gift from above, it's an imperative from within. Please, can you use your common sense? Because there are times when you are dealing with people and they can get pissed off for no reason. You never know why. It could be that you blinked too many times and it offended them. It could be the tone of your voice. It could be something that you wore. It could be the brand of something that offended them for some reason. It could be the fact that you're either too good looking, not good looking. It doesn't matter. Your hair blew the wrong way. I, you know what? This is now starting to sound like a relationship. You never know why you're in trouble, and you're constantly apologizing. I'm sorry, but I think that emotional intelligence is an imperative. And the reason being is it's going to help us to understand ourselves first, where our disconnect is on an emotional level, personal level, and then why we get pissed off with other people. So then we look at other areas. And innovation. How do we use technology to highlight your team's greatest potential? Now I'll talk into that as well. So I think what I'll do is I'll give you my points in case I get carried away talking to one or two of the points. Let me just give you my points first. So how do we use innovation using technology to highlight your teams with the greatest potential? Healthy interdepartmental challenges. How do you implement that? How do you make budgets available for fun, random, crazy team accomplishment incentives? Ooh, that was a mouthful, but I just love writing stuff, right? Bear with me. How do you stop being so tight-fisted and have fun? I'm talking to you as a business owner, right? So, then make celebrating individuals a norm and acknowledge the entire department to encourage others to follow suit. Now, I did speak into that a bit, but I do realize the importance of celebrating people. Leadership training for everyone. Now, this I cannot stress enough. Leadership training for everyone, not just executives, because I feel that teams that lead themselves depend less on being managed and more on being supported to achieve. Now, that's a huge one, right? Now, I'll make sure that I don't forget to talk more into that one. And creating WhatsApp support groups for various areas of self-development, personal development, phobias, areas of interest, sport, etc. Now, that one is so simple, and yet it is highly effective right now. Then another one I wrote down was internal lunch and learns that are hosted by external people of influence or even the executives spending time sharing their own knowledge within the organization. And I think that's a great one. And then values-based leadership as a sustainable growth plan. Now, let's delve a little bit more into what does it mean to have healthy interdepartmental challenges. Well, if you're going to create an incentive-based environment where you celebrate people, if you had to say, we want to find out which teams works the best, communicates effectively, emails on time, they are super fast on following up, they support each other in helping each department to achieve their goals. You get them to push themselves as well as each other. That means that they don't just have your company goals and your year end challenges of what you need to have achieved. We don't have just your bottom line and these are the imperatives of the business. What you have is that the teams within each department create their own goals amongst themselves, what they want to achieve on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. And in those behaviors and in those goals and mini goals, they support each other, and it's a buddy system that you cannot pay an outsider to build. It's something that they create for themselves. And you see, with a buddy system like that, they hold each other accountable. That is a peer managed system. Now, this actually relieves a lot of stress and pressure on management and HR to actually lead and manage people's behaviors. Now what you're doing, and what I meant when I said make leadership training available for people so that they depend less on being managed and more on being able to be supported to achieve. What I meant there is that if people are so focused and they're so engaged and they're so encouraged by you, they realize that by encouraging each other, everybody wins. That is a win-win situation. And when we get to that point, we realize leadership training allows people to build their confidence. Why only give it to leaders? Surely you want your people to lead themselves. Surely you want them to be able to respond versus react. Surely you want them to be able to manage conflict. Surely you want them to understand diversity and inclusion and the impact it has on a business. Are you seeing where I'm going here? There are so many areas that you could delve into in this way. And when I spoke into WhatsApp support groups, I mentioned a few areas and few different groups. Now I found that this works brilliantly when you've got people who've got different interests. Now if you've got sporty people and they had a WhatsApp group, they're now connecting with each other. And why would you need team building now? You won't have cliques. You won't have people who only stick with people they love and adore from their own culture. You're now stimulating diversity by people of different cultures coming together with a common ground of interest. As simple as that. Even support groups for phobias. If you've got people who are afraid of public speaking, they're afraid of presenting where they get ridiculed. If you've got people who've got self-confidence issues, create WhatsApp groups. You don't have to encourage people to do that, because what they do is they find that they're not alone in the work environment. They can support each other. When they find out tools and techniques, they then share that with each other. Why do you need to bring in external consultants to come and help you when your own people can help each other? And the only way they can do that is if you give them the ability to be decisive. When I talked into internal lunch and learns, why bring in outsiders constantly to come in and stimulate your people's thinking? When I spoke about partnering and mentoring, why not get your executives out of the office and create lunch and learns within the cafeteria for an hour, sharing insights, sharing knowledge? What did they do differently? How did they close a deal? How are they building relationships? Who's the latest client that they have? What are the nuances that is imperative to all of them? Think about it. There is so many ways that we can add value to people. And understand this, that if you follow these golden rules of engagement, you will make sure that every single one of your employees feel respected, honored, and valued as human beings. And with that, I want to welcome you to connect with me at any level, anywhere, anytime. Join me on my website, www.kileadership.com. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, but more than that, find me on www.ibgr.network. Download our show notes, our podcast, download our app, and add value to us by sharing with us your knowledge, your wisdom, your insights, and your questions. From my side, I'm Arthie Moore, Compassion Leader of Influence, and I want to thank you for listening in. Hoping you have the most exquisite weekend. From my side, until we meet again, take care. Bye-bye.